Morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you so much for our time together. I'd like us to go back to the book of Chronicles today. We just started it, and there's some beautiful, beautiful truth there that we often overlook. And the principle is simply this: never forget why you are where you are. Too often in life, brothers and sisters, we think that we are where we are because we've earned it or we deserve it. Listen to what Solomon says. Solomon answered God, chapter 1, verse 8. You have shown great kindness to my father David and have made me king in his place. Why am I king, God? Because of your kindness to my father. You get over to verse 11, and King Hiram said, because the Lord loves his people, he made you their king. I sometimes look at young pastors and I say, do you understand why you are where you are? It's because the people who came before you lived right and brought the favor of God to your life. I teach a principle on legacy, and I try to teach it to all of our business people, that the second generation fails not because they failed, but because the first generation didn't live the life. The first generation's lifestyle is what brings blessing and gives the opportunity to the second generation. This is why the generation after Solomon failed. He didn't live the life that would give his son a chance. Because David lived right, God chose a successor for him. Because David lived right, God blessed him with a son that would be king. Now, great for David, but even better for Solomon to recognize he is where he is because of the people that came before him. I hear so many young people in the modern church today saying, we're going to take our nation and we're going to start a revolution. You know, they said the same thing when I was young. And I never participated in any of that talk. I can remember them say, we need to get rid of all the old preachers and we all want to be young preachers and we only want young people. We only want to... They said the same thing in my generation, and they said the same thing in my father's generation, and they said the same thing in my grandfather's generation. And I've noticed that all the young men that said those things when they were young, forgive me, it was the rebellion in their heart, and they never went anywhere. But young men and young women who had humble hearts, who realized that they were where they were because of the generation before them. As a church today, you often hear me tell our congregation that we are where we are because of the faithfulness of our old-time members, the people that have stood with us. Next year, our congregation will be 60 years old, and we have people that have been in our church for all 60 of those years. People that have been faithful, and they have prayed, and they have fasted, and they have worked, and they have given, and we are where we are because of the previous generation. I think it is beneficial for each new generation to remember you only got the opportunity because of the life of the last generation. Now, you live the life so the next generation gets the same opportunity. Never forget, you are where you are because of the people who came before you.